Good evening and welcome to the English news from this alternative Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq issues a royal decree on Oman Human Rights Commission. The conference on Oman food safety and quality reviews systems, regulations and challenges facing food safety in the Sultanate. And the Ministry of Health announces 9 deaths and 1,128 new COVID-19 cases in the Sultanate. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq issued Royal Decree number 40/2021 on amending the attachment to Royal Decree number 124/2008 to establish the Oman Human Rights Commission and defining its functions. Article 1. The text of Article 1 of the attachment to the aforementioned Royal Decree number 124/2008 shall be replaced by the following text. The committee is formed of 13 members as follows: a member of the State Council, a member of the Shura Council, a member of Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, a member of the General Federation of Oman Workers, a member of the legal professions, 3 members from civil associations. 5 members representing the following entities: Foreign Ministry, Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Social Development, Ministry of Labor, Environment Authority. Article 2 cancels all that contradicts with this decree, contravenes with its provisions. Article 3, this decree shall be published in the Official Gazette and comes into force from the following day of its issue. The Shura Council office today authorized the requests of briefing on the development of agriculture sector in the Sultanate. The office also reviewed the ministerial replies on the sorting of the private health institutions, as well as organization of their service prices, in addition to the draft laws of labor and civil service, including the new procedures of the transactions that are conducted on lands and government real estate. The meeting also focused on the works of the permanent committees. The meeting was headed by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal al-Mali, Chairman of the Shura Council. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources today inaugurated a conference, Oman Food Safety and Quality 2021, via video call as part of the activities of the Food Safety Week. The 2-day event aims at upgrading food safety level in the Sultanate in accordance with international standards, targeting quality control and ensuring the safety of producing, processing, selling, distributing and showcasing various foodstuff. Government and private entities concerned with monitoring food safety at local and international levels will participate in the conference. The conference addresses several themes such as food processing, safety and quality, food safety systems and innovative techniques, food safety legislation and food sustainability and safety challenges. The conference was held under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Saud bin Hamoud al-Habsi, Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources. The Ministry of Health announced that 1,128 new cases of COVID-19 have been registered in the Sultanate today, bringing the total number to 191,398 cases. The total number of deaths reached 1,992. The total recovered cases reached 170,929, which is 89.3% of the total recovery rate. The ministry indicated that the total number of inpatients reached 814, among which 283 are in the intensive care units. The Small and Medium Enterprises Development Authority confirmed that the total commercial activities that were exempted from government licensing fees amounted to the 1,088 activities among the targeted sectors. The authority clarified that these exemptions came with the package of facilities and incentives for owners of SMEs, during the current year to mitigate the effects of the spread of the corona pandemic. The exemptions included the manufacturing industries, agricultural and fishery resources, service and logistical activities, tourism, and transportation. The Special Economic Zone of Duqm and the free zones in Salalah, Suhar, and Mazuna are classified as special zones subject to the zero tax rate. The Public Authority for Special Economic Zones and Free Zones say that Article 54 of the tax law stipulates that supplies of goods or services to or from special economic zones shall be treated the same as prescribed or conditions suspending customs tax. The authority called on companies and institutions operating in these zones to adhere to the conditions stipulated in the value-added tax law, especially with regard to registration until the detailed procedures are issued by the tax authority related to the application of the tax in the special economic zones and free zones. ASEAN Group enhanced the competitiveness of the salted ports globally by expanding its commercial operations network through 200 direct weekly voyages. The salted is linked to 500 ports around the world, and the group supported its partners by clearing 22% of the goods before their arrival and reducing the operating costs by 35%. The SALT is one of the top world countries in the speed of handling container ships and the first in the Gulf in the cross-border trade index. The salted customs systems is also distinguished by the clearance of about 90% of the customs data within 1 hour of its entry into Bayan system. The Ministry of Education announced the winners of the 4th edition of PDO Renewable Energy Award. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi will update us on this event.
I am at the Department of Innovation and Scientific Olympiad, affiliated to the Ministry of Education, attending the 4th edition of PDO's Renewable Energy Award, which is organized in collaboration between the Ministry of Education and PDO, and this year, BI Company also joined them as a strategic partner. This year's theme focused on biofuel. 102 projects participated in this edition, comprising 204 students. Let us find out who will be crowned winners in this award.
A wide range of innovative projects and ideas were submitted by the students participating in the 4th edition of PDO's Renewable Energy Award. Yet, the project entitled Our Spoiled Dates Are Our Fuel distinguishably secured the first place of the award. The idea of the project is based on producing bioethanol from perished dates that are normally used to feed animals, while the second place went to the project entitled Production of Biogas and Organic Fertilizer.
PDO Renewable Energy Awards launched in 2016-2017 school year, and it lasts for three years, and then it extended for another 6 years. The aims are to enhance the students' creative skills in order to be able to participate with innovative ideas about the renewable energy. The 4th edition focused on biofuels. The main aims are to increase awareness about the importance of this type of resources among the school students, and also, as I said, to enhance students to have innovative ideas about this type of source of energy.
The project entitled Ethanol Fuel from Spoiled Dates grabbed the 3rd place, while the 4th place went to the project entitled Dhufar Gatrofa, a biodiesel treasure. The idea of the project is to extract biodiesel from the fruits of Gatrofa trees, which are available in the governorate of Dhufar. Gatrofa fruits were used in the past as a disinfectant to treat wounds.
The idea that was presented by the students were high quality ideas But it needs more improvement, and we have also to work in it via cooperation with other institutions in order to improve the idea and how we can translate it to be implemented in reality. So the winners will have advanced training with cooperation with, as I said, with other institutes such as Sultan Qaboos University, the Innovation Center in Sultan Qaboos University, and also be a company will have also advanced training for the students regarding the biofuels.
The project entitled Production of Biofuels from Moringa Oil managed to win the 5th place of the award. This project is based on converting the Omani moringa oil to biofuel, given the quality and abundance of oil in the moringa trees.
World Health Organization Director General Tedros Adhanom said the COVID-19 pandemic continues to intensify globally and the situation in India is beyond heartbreaking. Speaking at the regular conference in Geneva yesterday, Tedros said there were almost as many cases globally last week as in the first 5 months of the pandemic.
Globally, the COVID-19 pandemic continues to intensify. Cases have now increased for the 9th straight week, and deaths have increased for the 6th straight week. To put it in perspective, there were almost as many cases globally last week as in the first 5 months of the pandemic, and the situation in India is beyond heartbreaking. WHO is doing everything we can, providing critical equipment and supplies, including thousands of oxygen concentrators, prefabricated mobile field hospitals, and laboratory supplies. As I mentioned on Friday, WHO has redeployed more than 2,600 staff to support the response on the ground, providing support for surveillance, technical advice, and vaccination efforts.
Meanwhile, WHO's COVID-19 technical lead Maria van Kerkhove said that the experimental exponential growth of cases in India is truly astonishing.
The situation in India is really heartbreaking, as the Director General has said, and the exponential growth that we've seen in case numbers is really, truly astonishing. We have seen similar trajectories of increases in transmission in a number of countries. It has not been at the same scale, and it has not had the same level of impact and burden on the healthcare system that we've seen in India, but we have seen similar trajectories where the incidence was almost vertical if you looked at that epi curve. This can happen in a number of countries, in any countries, if we let our guard down.
The first shipment of medical aid arrived in New Delhi from Britain today as the foreign countries vow support to help India fight an explosive upsurge in COVID-19 cases. The aid included 100 ventilators and 95 oxygen concentrators. India recorded more than 320,000 new cases of coronavirus infection today as a grim surge of illness and death weighed on the country, and its sinking health system started getting much heeded support from the foreign nations. India's tally of cases went past 17.6 million, behind only the United States. The health ministry also reported another 2,771 deaths in the past 24 hours, with roughly 115 Indians succumbing to the disease every hour. The latest fatalities pushed India total to 197,894. Other nations like the US, Germany, Israel, and Pakistan have also promised medical aid. And finally, 2 buses crashed head-on near Kabul, killing at least 7 people and injuring more than 70. An Afghan official said the traffic accident took place last night on a highway linking the Afghan capital and southern Kandahar province. The buses were going in opposite directions, but the cause of the accident was not immediately known. This is the Sultan of Oman Television. Before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq issues a decree on Oman Human Rights Commission. The Conference on Oman Food Safety and Quality reviews systems, regulations and challenges facing food safety in the Sultanate. And the Ministry of Health announces 9 deaths and 1,128 new COVID-19 cases in the Sultanate. And with that, we come to the end of the news. From all of us here in the Newsroom and Studios, stay safe. Good night.